Hey everyone, just wanted to do a follow-up to another video. I don't know which one I'll be doing first, so I guess you guys will just kind of catch them as they go. One thing I'm doing about my backgrounds, I'm just adding something in for a little bit of scenery so that you guys can, not just stare at a blank background. So anyways, I'll get on with this one. This right here I picked up from a gentleman who recently moved into my area. It's called Dave's Knives. He's got a little store. It's not a bad little store. He sells mainly lower end, very lower end knives. Typically starter outers kind of have a tendency to do that. He's hoping to get the store next door to him and turn it into a gun shop, so that way he's got a knife and a gun shop, which here in Colorado, I mean, that's pretty cool because we don't have a whole lot of knife shops, at least not in my area. This one's actually right down the street from me, so it's about 10 minutes. But I picked this one up, and this one he had in a user case, which when I pointed it out, one thing that he kind of picked up with me being in there was that I had a point to pick out some of his better end knives, and he was shocked that this one was actually in that case. But anyways, this is a Winchester. As you guys can see, this one is, I believe, a 1988. Yes, it is. Very, very well made blades. If I'm not mistaken, generally the Winchester, the more recent Winchesters, about from, I believe it was the 1980s to the 1990s, was made from Queen, Utica, and some other high-end like bluegrass manufacturers. If you guys don't know who Bluegrass is, you probably may not have ever really heard of them, but Bluegrass is a company that has a tendency to make extremely high-end knives. It's kind of a much higher rated company. Let's see here. It's basically back from Winchester, Manchester, Ohio, Belknap Hardware company. So basically, it's current 1985s to present is when they've been, I guess, producing knives. Bluegrass has, but making very, very high-end quality knives. I wouldn't say that these are quite GEC quality, but they're definitely high up there. I mean, the fit and finish on these guys is superb. Now the actual polishing has a little bit to be said as far as the quality of the knife. This one pretty much was a held on to type user. It wasn't really used, but it definitely wasn't super well maintained as far as somebody taking a brand spanking new knife and setting it off to the side. They definitely opened it a lot, played with it a lot, and scratched it up a lot. Also left, it's going to be hard to pick that up, but you guys see that thumbprint right there? That is not from me. That is from the original user or owner, or possibly even the store owner, but somebody decided to grab it and open it and not wipe off their fingerprints. So just so you guys know, high carbon steel blades, if you do touch them and don't wipe off the oils from your hands, they will rust. I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of environment that you're in. I mean, I'm in a very dry environment, and not sure quite where this gentleman got this, but you sit there and you play around with your knife. You guys could see that right there. You leave your fingerprints on it. Now, if I were to leave that for a week just sitting on there like that, or even less time, it's going to end up doing exactly what this did. If you guys if I can get it back in picture. But let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that back in view again. Can kind of get the haze of it, but it's definitely there somewhere. How did I hit that before? I don't remember. Let's see if I get up and close on it. There we go. See, that is definitely a fingerprint of some sort. So, but if you do that with high carbon steel, it's gonna, you know, leave fingerprints. Typically with the bolsters, you don't have to worry about it. Shields, not so much, because they are stainless. Typically, you know, a 416 stainless steel, so very high in, you know, rust-free maintenance. So I don't know what quite to say on that, sorry guys, but it definitely is in good condition. It does have, you know, scratch marks and everything else. I got this at a fairly decent price. I didn't know what to exactly pay for it at the time. I just really wanted it. I also wanted a couple others, didn't quite know what they were valued at. I knew what a couple of them were, but this one just kind of grabbed me because it was actually one of the better condition knives that he had in his store, and one of the more well-built knives that were in his store, so decided to pick it up. The Winchester's 1980s, I believe it's the like 1985 through 1992 maybe, I believe. You guys are gonna find these, and they're definitely gonna be in the higher values. Let's see if I can find it here. Winchester. Alright, so the Winchester 1988, Manchester, Ohio, was made by Utica Queen Camless for Bluegrass Cutlery Corp. So 1985 to present, these are very high value, just because they're very well made. They're made for a very well-known company, and so that makes them indefinitely high value. One thing that you can notice a lot of the times is when a knife gets played with a lot, snapped closed and everything else like that. This is a knuckle, and you guys could see that it's been fairly worn down. That's just by opening it and closing it a lot of the time, and what it does is it just bashes in down there from snapping. It's not bad for the knife in, you know, anyway, but these have a tendency to start off fairly rounded. Like this one's a little bit more well rounded than the main blade, but it's still got some marring to it. You'll see that typically on a lot of knives that have the knuckle right there. I call it the knuckle. I'm not exactly what it is, you know, that's just my reference to it, so because it kind of looks like a knuckle on the bottom of the blade. But definitely cool knives, guys. These Winchesters are awesome. I mean, very high quality. It's definitely got some good weight to it, good size, and it's definitely got some good hefty blades. So very, very good, as you guys can see. Fit and finish on both of these is excellent. Lineup, you got a little bit of rounding, but nothing bad. There's no blade play in either of the blades, so good condition. The handles are very nice bone, jig bone. They have some cool shields on these guys, and you know, the nickel silver bolsters are excellent. The insides are polished. I don't know if you guys could pick that up, but polished very nicely, so very well made knives. So here, these do come very sharp. I don't know if I've got anything here to cut. So, I'm not gonna be able to. Good cutting, by the way. Those are some of the ones that I've been picking out here lately. Haven't decided if I'm gonna get them, but really like these knives, guys. One thing that you always want to look for is the name stamp. So made in USA, Winchester, trademark. And this one's model 2880.5, year 1988. It's got about a 3.5 inch blade on the main blade. Same with the other one. This is, I believe, the moose pattern. So you got one that's kind of a spatula type blade, and then the other one's a clip point. So really cool, really cool knives. So if you guys are interested in getting into slip joints, these range from about anywhere in between on eBay for about $40 to $80, depending upon, you know, who's looking at them at the current time. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a good night. Thanks for watching. Bye.